It's time for Giants Kickoff.
The winless Giants are once again on the road this week, trying to right the Big Blue Ship as they now travel down to Tampa, Florida to take on an NFC foe in the Buccaneers. The game comes following a brutal 27-24 last-second loss to the division rival Eagles last Sunday in Philadelphia on a 61-yard field goal by rookie kicker Jake Elliott.
It's tough to take that loss. I'm proud of the way the guys competed. They hung tough, never got down, and rallied back to take the lead a couple times. So tough one to swallow.
Hi everyone, I'm Castiglione, and welcome to Giants Kickoff, our pregame look at the New York Football Giants as they enter their NFL Week 4 matchup with the Bucs.
And I'm Russ Salzberg. Thank you for joining us. It was a tough loss last Sunday for the G-Men, dropping their season record to 0-3. But as they say in the National Football League, you need to keep your memory short and move on to the next game. And you can catch that next game, all the action from us on this weekend's matchup, Giants-Buccaneers from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, Sunday at 4 p.m. on Fox 5.
It's desperate times for the Big Blue crew. Starting the season out 0-3 is tough stuff, especially for a team that had high hopes coming into the 2017 campaign. And it doesn't get any easier this week with another game on the road in Tampa against a 1-1 Bucs squad. Here's a closer look at the contest and our game day preview.
Game day preview brought to you by Spectrum.
They're all crucial, and I think everybody knows the record, and the next game is always the most important one. So obviously we're searching and we're going to keep working and grinding to find a way to get a win, and that's the mindset.
It's the first time the G-Men have started out 0-3 since the 2013 season, when they began the year at 0-6 and finished with a 7-9 mark. Since the 1970 merger, only 5 teams have made it to the playoffs after starting out 0-3.
Obviously, it's not the ideal situation right now, but if you've made it to this point, making it to the NFL, then you're battle tested. You have a lot of mental toughness because this sport is hard, especially at this level with so much going on and so much on our plates. You have to be mental tough to be able to sustain and continue to perform.
Come back from 0-3 is big. It's big. That's what we're looking forward to doing and showing that we still that team to be reckoned with.
Are you aware of the history? I think it's 5 teams to start on.
Yeah, I'm aware, very aware about the history. Somebody was telling me 0-2 is kind of hard to come back 0-2. Now we're 0-3, so it's definitely going to be a tough test, but we up for it.
On a positive note, the Giants scored 24 points against the Eagles, and that was a season high for the Big Blue offense.
I mean, we were in the red zone 5 times, I think, and came away with 2 touchdowns, and it was in the end. It's just about scoring touchdowns. That's the bottom line. The game comes down to scoring touchdowns. Field goals aren't going to get it done.
But the running attack continues to struggle, totaling less than 50 yards a game over the first 3 weeks, ranking it dead last in the NFL.
Keep coming in to work every day with positive mindset. Continue to pay attention to the details. That's the most important thing for us right now.
As for the controversy surrounding star receiver Odell Beckham Jr. and his end zone antics, here's what Eli had to say.
My job is to get him ready to play each week, make sure he knows his assignments, knows what he's doing, and he can go out there and get in the end zone and do a celebration, but make sure we're not penalizing the team.
I don't think any of us know the rules on what you could do celebrating. They put in a new celebration thing to kind of make it seem as if, the players can celebrate, and then you celebrate and you only have 40 seconds. So if you celebrate for 20, you got 20 seconds to run on and kick a field goal. So I don't really know. I don't really know how it works, but I do know going forward I have a lot better celebration.
All right. The problems continue to mount for the Giants from plays on the field along with some other actions. Second-year head coach Ben McAdoo has the job of trying to keep it all together. I had a chance to speak with the head man in our Coach's Corner.
Ben, last week at this time when we were talking, you told me about the players having a heightened sense of urgency. What is the level of urgency this week?
We had a great week of practice, and it was good to get the pads on today. We couldn't do that last week, so the physicality picked up, and we're looking forward to that carrying over for us on Sunday.
Ben, with the record of 0-3, the big question is, can the Giants still make the playoffs? But how important is it for you to make sure your guys take it one game at a time? You can't win two before you win one.
We need to focus on the details and playing good team football and playing together. We can't be worried about going out there and just trying to win a game. Trying to win a game doesn't help you. We need to be focused on it one play at a time, playing with details, playing together as a team, and execution.
Getting beat happens to everybody, but getting beat mentally, by that I mean penalties, just not thinking. How do you correct that?
The mistakes that we made are all correctable, and we addressed that as a team. The players responded. We had a great day today, a good day yesterday, and we have to carry that over to Sunday. We've been practicing well. It hasn't always carried over to the field, and that's what we need to do, make that transition.
All right, business at hand, beating the Bucks. What's the key?
Well, again, we got to play clean football, and we got to play together. All three phases need to come through. We need to start the game fast and play with a lead. That would certainly help.
You've been able to practice in the heat this week. How much is that going to help you in Tampa come game time?
Yeah, Wednesday was a real hot day for us, one of the warmest days really since I got here in 2014. It'll be very similar, probably not as hot as game day on Sunday, but it'll carry over.
With the record, with the anthem, with Odell, has it been difficult to make sure the players just focused on the business of playing football?
That's the key each and every week. You have to focus. There are bombs going off around you, but we need to be where our feet are and focus on the meeting that we're in or the practice that we're in or the play that we're in and not worry about what's going on outside of the building.
And finally, I know prior to the season you spoke to the players about the anthem and its importance. Have you spoken with them this past week again about it?
You know, we got together and spoke before the game about the anthem and the importance of the anthem. Right now, this week, we need to be focused on our football. We get paid to win games, not merely compete, and that's where our focus needs to be this week.
Still to come on Giants Kickoff. Sterling Shepard may not be the most famous of the Giants receiving corps, but the second-year pro is leading by example with his play on the field. He shares his unique role on the team with Russ on this week's Player Profile. Then Erica Wachter catches up with our Giants insider Paul Dottino, who tells us what the G-men need to be aware of on both sides of the ball when traveling down to Tampa to battle the Bucks. Next. Giants Kickoff brought to you by Adorama, official electronics retailer of the Giants.
Hi, I'm Eli Manning. You're watching Giants Kickoff on Fox 5.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Second-year wide receiver Sterling Shepard is sometimes, you might say, the forgotten man in the Giants receiving corps. But heading into the matchup with the Bucks, he leads the club in receiving yards and receptions. Big Blues number 87 is the focus of this week's Player Profile.
Sterling, you're 0-3. Are you shocked by what's happened?
Yeah, I mean, you go into the season looking at the squad that we have, looking at the players that we have and what they can do. You see a team that's definitely capable of winning, and we haven't done that so far, so we've got to turn some things around.
Where do you see yourself in this air attack? Of course, you have Odell and Big Brandon. What is your role?
Just release some of the pressure off of those two guys, so, you know, they're seeing a lot of double coverage, and, you know, that's leaving the field, the middle of the field, pretty open for me, so. If I can get open and just do my job, then I feel like that'll release some pressure off of those two guys.
Talk to me about that 77-yard touchdown of yours.
Yeah, I mean, Odell and I have been talking about it since I've gotten here and just trusting my speed and just hitting it and just going. And I feel like that's what I did, just caught the ball, saw a crease, and just hit it.
Now talk to me about that touchdown of yours that wasn't a touchdown, because for the life of me, I still can't understand why it wasn't a touchdown.
You know, I don't even want to talk about it. It kind of upsets me, but I know the rule, and the rule is you have to get up with the ball. But, you know, that even frustrates me because I see games after ours that didn't turn out the same way. But, you know, that's the rule, and now I know, and now I'll come up with the ball from now on. So
you and your teammates were all very confident going into this season. Has that confidence changed at all after the first 3 games?
No, yeah, the confidence is still there. We know what we're capable of doing as a team, and I think everybody's been coming into the week with a great head and a great mentality, and just trying to get this first W under our belt. So.
Do you think that's all that matters right now, just getting one win so everybody can get a big sigh of relief and breathe easier?
Yeah, I think that is a huge thing for us right now. I mean, I feel like once we get that first W, that'll open up the gates, and we can just keep flowing from there. So that's the mentality going into the week.
Now to our Erica Wachter, who had a chance to sit down with the Giants beat reporter for WFAN Radio, our Giants insider, Paul Latino.
Thank you, Duke. All right, Paul, well, clearly a crushing defeat last week, but let's just look at the offense. What are some of the positives in particular that they can take away from this?
Well, the first thing you do is you look at their hurry-up attack. The Giants decided to go mega up-tempo in this game, and that allowed them to take advantage of the fatigue of the Eagles' defensive line. They have such a ferocious pass rush. They won't have to worry about that so much against Tampa Bay because the Buccaneers' pass rush has been toothless for the most part this year.
Well, the Giants, they need to see improvement when it comes to the run on both sides of the ball. Let's start with the offense. I think we knew this would be an area of concern a bit in the beginning, but we didn't expect them to be last. They're just going less than 50 yards a game on average. What do they need to do to get this going?
The only way they're going to improve the running game is if they schematically do some things to change it. They'll have to use more double tight end sets. They'll have to use more fullback sets. And what we've seen over the first 3 games of this season is a reluctance to do so.
A bit more surprisingly on the defensive side of the ball, the team is also dead last in the league, giving up more than 150 yards per game. They were one of the best in the league last year. What is the problem?
The Eagles ran very well against their sub package. They ran extremely well against the blitz, whereby the running back got through that first line of defense, and then because the Giants were blitzing, there was a lot of open gaps in that second line of defense. But I think the number is very deceiving because they did play well against the run against Dallas and Detroit and gave up a lot of garbage yards in the fourth quarter when the games really didn't mean that much. So I think the overall number is a deceiving stat.
Now, as we get ready for Tampa Bay, what are some of the areas of concern for the Giants in this matchup, but also what are some of the keys, I guess, things they'll be able to exploit in this game?
Well, I'll give you one of each. I think the thing they got to be most worried about is that Jameis Winston can make all the throws. Winston has a gun of an arm. He's got escapability in the pocket. He's not afraid to throw the ball downfield. So you have to stick to your receivers at all times because the creativity that he has and the ability to make a play is dangerous. On the other side of the ball, the Giants must be aware that Case Keenum with the Vikings had 3 40-plus yard completions last week and tore them up for well over 300 yards. This secondary can be had, and the Giants must go deep, and they must make big plays against these guys if they're going to come out with a win.
Still to come on Giants Kickoff. The Giants doing their part to help out with an international effort for those in need. They're unlikely partners in the rise against hunger. We'll have details in this week's Giants Among Us. Plus, we test members of the G-Men on their knowledge of the NFL team that calls Tampa home. Our trivia challenge, Know Your Foe, still ahead.
I'm Landon Collins, and you're watching Giants Kickoff on Fox 5.
We know they're explosive on the outside. They got some big threats receivers. Jamie gonna try to force the ball and get it up any way he can. He's mobile, and he's the leader of the team.
Jack Rabbit knows full well containing Jameis Winston is job number 1 for the Big Blue D, and you can catch all the game action from this weekend's matchup, Giants-Buccaneers from Raymond James Stadium down in Tampa, Sunday, 4 p.m. on Fox 5.
In this week's Giants Among Us, recently the G-Men teamed up with another NFL franchise to battle against worldwide hunger.
United rising against hunger and the New York Giants making it happen right now.
We're packing some meals, and we're going to send these out to Haiti, I believe. We're competing against the San Francisco 49ers at SFO, so it's Newark versus SFO, United.
And we're having a little bit of a fun competition to see who can box up the most amount of meals today.
We're at 4,000 meals packed. 4,000 meals packed.
bunch of ladies, a bunch of guys helping out for a good cause against the 49ers.
We need some more bags over here. Right now we're packing some soy. What's that right there? Do you have any idea?
Vegetables.
Some vegetables, some rice. My team had a great team. I was fortunate with a really good team. Every time somebody tried to come over and talk to me, like, hey, he has to work right now.
We're at 5,500 meals. Keep packing those meals, keep packing those meals.
We're going about like
I can't believe
30 bags per minute.
Having the Giants players here is an awesome thing because we're able to get such famous faces involved in our organization and letting everyone know what we are, who we are, what we do along with the Giants is such a great thing.
We just found out, United New York Giants, we got 8,000 meals packed right now. Evan, make it happen, baby.
Great atmosphere, good energy. We had the music going, and keeping up with the numbers and them telling us how far San Francisco is from us or whatever. That's fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, perfect. Nailed it.
They'll be packing like 10,000 on our own.
Make it happen, 10,000 meals.
The employees are just so excited because we're bringing them in here to meet them while they're on their shifts. They get to take a break. They understand how much the community outside these walls cares about them.
It's always a blessing to be around people that love to give back, any which way they can, giving their time, which is most valuable. And there's nothing but smile and love in the room, taking pictures and really just enjoying it, knowing that we're doing it for a bunch of little kids and people that are less fortunate.
United New York Giants, we did it, 20,000 meals.
Still to come on Giants Kickoff. Will the Giants be able to score their first win of the season on the road in Tampa? Russ and Duke with their picks for this weekend's game versus the Buccaneers. And we put the members of Big Blue to the test when it comes to their knowledge of the rival Buccaneers.
I'm going to say B, C or C.
I say false. I'm going to go true.
Know your foe is straight ahead. Giants Kickoff brought to you by Ticketmaster and the NFL Ticket Exchange, the only official ticket exchange of the NFL.
I'm Red Ellison, and you're watching Giants Kickoff on Fox 5.
I don't know what desperate means. I've never been desperate in my life. And I know that we're not desperate, but we do need a win, period. It's time now, and that's the plan.
All right, it's time now to challenge members of the Big Blue on their knowledge of this week's opponent, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So here's our latest edition of Know Your Foe.
Know Your Foe, brought to you by your Tri-State BMW centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Can you name the stadium that the Buccaneers call home? A, Bucks Park, B, the Tampa Tundra, or C, Raymond James Stadium?
C, Raymond James Stadium.
The stadium's landscape features which of the following? A, oceanfront dining, B, a giant one-eyed parrot, or C, a pirate ship?
Pirate ship.
The very first head coach of the Buccaneers was A, Jack Sparrow, B, John McKay, or C, Allie Sherman?
I'll go with C.
Allie Sherman?
I don't even know. I'm going to go B.
John McKay, good guess.
Okay.
The current head coach of the Bucks is A, Greg Schiano, B, Lovie Smith, or C, Dirk Cutter?
Lovie Smith. I'll go with C.
Dirk Cutter. All right. Tampa comes from the Indian word meaning A, water by the bay, B, a pirate gathering, or C, sticks of fire.
I'm going to say A.
Water by the bay?
Yeah.
Sticks of fire. In January 2003, the Bucks won their first and only Super Bowl. January 2003. Who?
The Ravens.
Guy's a wise guy. True or false? Bucks are the only team to win their lone Super Bowl appearance. True or false?
True.
Be false. Jets and Saints, they also did it. And finally, in a Buccaneers world, the term Pirates booty means what?
Big old butt. Treasure.
Know Your Foe.
All right, Russ, I have Tampa Bay winning this week 24-17.
I'm going to go with the Giants again. 34-20 is my score. And, folks, you can watch all the game action tomorrow on Fox 5, beginning for you at 4 p.m. And that, my friends, is now a wrap on this week's edition of Giants Kickoff. For our entire Giants Kickoff crew, I'm Russ Salzberg.
And I'm Castiglione. Have a good rest of your Saturday, and be sure to enjoy Giants football Sunday.